Ni hao, ma. My friends Ree, May, Lane, and Ting. I'm making this video to show you some exercise things that I've made up or that I use to keep my back in good shape. And you remember from personal experience years ago, you used to have to take care of me for like 3 days in a row after I would ruin my back. I've discovered some things which make me so that never happens again. And there's one gadget I've made and 2 or 3 sets of exercises that if you do them every morning, your back will never go out. So the first one is, this is a little device I made out of something I got at the hardware store or Home Depot. This is a garage door opener spring. And these are 2 dowel rods. These are about $1. They comes in like a 1 yard long thing, and you cut it up. And this is about $9 or $10. Okay? So the first thing you do when you get up in the morning, your back is very stiff, it's kind of hard to get out of bed. Then what you do is you put this together like that, and you gently bend over, put your toes on the bottom and your hands on the top, and you're going to start lifting. But when it's down, when your hands are right there, it takes almost no pressure to lift. So you do gentle lifts like this, and then you start standing up higher and higher to put more pressure on your back. The important thing is that you don't, this is not an arm exercise. Do not move your arms. Put your elbows in your waist at a particular angle and leave them there and do all the work with your back. So we start out slow and low, and then you start standing up higher and higher as you do them. You do it about 30 or 40 times. You notice that my back is bent as I'm doing these. At first it's bent, and then later on I straighten my back, and that exercises a different set of muscles. And when you can get it all the way up here, you're doing really well. And your back will be in the shape that it would take like 4 or 5 hours to warm up to later in the day, just in a couple of minutes. Now after I do that one, then I get on the floor and do another exercise. I think you can come closer now, which is a standard one you find in a gym by a coach, which is called a crunch. It's important to put your head all the way down to the floor and cross over, and you do this about 20 times. And that balances out. You were exercising back here, and now you're exercising here, and it puts balance back into your body from front to back. So you do that like 20 times. And then, to integrate the 2 of them, you bend over again without any weight, just easily seeing how far down you can go a number of times, and then you start turning to get the sides of your back. And you notice my legs are going a little bit like that. There, and that's it. Now later on in the day, when you go outside, you can do an exercise which usually when we walk, we walk like this. But in this particular exercise, you reverse your moves and you throw your body the opposite way when you take a step. So I'll come to the camera now and walk away from you and show you what it looks like. Like that. It looks funny, it looks like a duck walking, but it's really good to stretch out your back. In fact, you can even run like that once you get used to it. Now, another thing I wanted to show for May is that here's a test that you can find out which of your vertebra has a herniated disc. And this one, you go in a circle. I think it's like this. As slow as you can. And then the other way. You go like this. Only a lot slower, because you don't want to hurt yourself. And if it catches, out, out, right there, every time around, out, right there, out, right there, then you know you have a disc problem. And if your back is just sore all the way around, then you have a muscle problem. So that's it. Thank you. Goodbye.